Yo, what's up? It's your boy M-A-N-N Mann, and you are watching the Drama Queen on Miss Drama TV. Where's?
Kicking it with the lingo, crispy like a prank. Kicking it with the lingo, crispy like a prank. Kicking it with the lingo, crispy like a prank.
Black shades, fresh kicks, and a curly.
It's your one and only Drama Queen, of course. This official interview, West Coast owned Mann, representing that lingo.
Yeah.
And that's currently online, heating up. We talk about this lingo, and I'm kind of curious. Is this anything to do with Ebonics? I mean,
yeah, it's like, honestly, it's just a swag and everything that comes with, like, because I'm from LA, west side of LA, and I rep it all the time. And we have our own way of speaking, and it's new because a lot of people still think we talk like, yo, what up, cuz, or you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's 2010, so like LA got a whole new lingo, whole new swag, and that's what the record is basically about. So it's me featuring two other like prominent young West Coast artists, Scheme and Sean Christopher, and we kicking it with the lingo, you know.
Okay. Now talk about just the dynamic right now and on the West Coast, because of course you have the quintessential gangster rap, which a lot of newer artists such as Nipsey Hussle, J-Rock seem to be still kind of bringing back in that sense. And then you have this kind of like, well, you have the hyphy movement, which is more Northern California, if I'm correct. And then you have the jerk movement. So where do you fall in the midst of all this?
There's a oh goodness. There's like a couple other movements as well. Like there's a backpack movement that's really big.
Okay.
Which is like real hip hop based, like you know, like East like,
Coast.
yeah, sounding tracks, but with a West Coast flavor to it. And then there's like me. I'm personally by myself. I feel because I'm not a jerk. You know, like I had a jerk record, and I have those from my club records, but that's not me all the time.
But do you jerk though?
Yeah, I dance.
Okay.
But that's just like a dance that I do. That's not me at all. Like that's not what I represent. But that's, you know, I do it. I'm like just fly, and I represent being fly and young, you know, and that's, I'm trying to bring like there's going to be a whole new genre in LA. It's just the fly young genre. And that's what I represent.
All right. And as far as listening to the lyrics, it's more of a sort of on the line of a pop sounding. It's not very like hardcore.
Yeah,
you know, I'm in the streets struggling or anything to that degree.
No, because there's kids and like young dudes in LA who aren't squares but aren't gangbangers, and those like if you watch Boys in the Hood, like the what's the one who got the football player? Okay. Like he was just, you know, football player. He was in the hood. He wasn't a square, but you know he kicked it with all them and he was cool. That's like what I represent. Them like them LA dudes, and that's you know nobody really spoke for them. Okay.
Now you're fairly young. You're 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel kind of like you have it's hard proving yourself at 18 to a lot of the, I guess you can say, veterans in the game? Have you linked up with any of the veterans? Have they shown you any support? When I talk about that, you know, I'm referring to like maybe the Snoops, the Ice.
Yeah. I mean, you know, everybody shows love, but I still feel like nobody like really like has really given the respect I wanted for my music, which is all good because I know I have to work for it, and you know that comes with time and a lot of work that I put in. But everybody shows love. Like, you know, I see Snoop all the time. He shows love. Nephew, all that. I see all like all the old school West Coast people, and they show love. But I'm still like really wanting the respect. So I'm just working to gain it.
Okay. Now I've also read a little bit about you having a acting career.
Yeah.
Talk about that, because I mean you have like the little, you know, cute boy look going on. How much does that play a part in your career as far as acting right now?
Acting is like one of the things that plays a huge part, because if I wasn't acting or doing any of that, I wouldn't have found out about music. Because it started with acting, and that's what kept me being a good kid from LA. Like I always wanted to be a performer. So I started acting, went to an acting school, learned how to dance and sing. So I started dancing and like them clown dancers back in LA. Then I started loving hip hop because I had to listen to it all the time. So that's how like the whole transition came from acting, and it just evolved into rapping. And you know, that I still love acting. I still love doing it. And I'm not ashamed to say it.
Are you going to be featured in any upcoming movies or?
Right now, no, because I'm really focusing hard on my music. But I do plan on going back hard body with acting and hard body with just performing everywhere and doing anything I can.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, some some actors who are now, you know, musicians or artists or whatnot, especially young ones, they may get into the line of, because you're very young, you seem like have that that boy next door look, like Nickelodeon stuff. Or would you ever go into like the youthful market to that degree if opportunity presented itself?
Like, I'm not sure to that degree, like Disney or any of that.
Right,
like,
Disney.
No offense, because I have a lot of people who do Disney stuff, but I'm like, I want to be respected when I'm 27. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm older.
So you don't think you'll be respected when you're 27?
It's not that. It's not that I won't be. I just want. Like my whole life, I've always wanted to be older, and I've always like strived to be like, you know, with the older crowd. Hence my name, Mann. Like all my friends have been in college when I was in like the 9th grade. So I've never really was into the kid stuff. I've always did more like adult kind of things.
So you're like in a continual midlife crisis.
Exactly. Basically.
Sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun though. I love the life that I live, and I think it's pretty cool.
Okay. Now, talking about the single that you're currently pushing is Text.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that and how you linked with Jason Derulo and, you know, what is this all about?
Well, me and Jason are label mates on Beluga Heights. And JR, my producer, brought him in to work with me. And we worked, and he's noticed that I text all the time. And it's like, you know, that's just what I do. If I'm not talking or if I'm not writing, I'm texting. Because that's just how I talk to people. I can talk to a lot of people at the same time. And he wasn't really into texting that big. So I just was telling him about it. He was like, yo, you can make a song because you really have valid reasons behind texting. I was like, let's do it. So we had a track. He went and laid the hook, and I just wrote verses about what I do. And, you know, it happened like, you know, my label loved it because it has mass appeal, and a lot of young people feel the same way. So that's the one that we push. Now, you mentioned J.R. Rotem, right? Yeah. He is your producer, but isn't he like also the guy who brought you in the midst of the music thing? Exactly, yeah. So how did that happen? I mean, that's a heavy name in the game right now. Well, I mean, Steve Lobel, my manager, he you know, was managing Sean Kingston, and I met him with a song called Jerkin, and that was before the New Boys and all that. Like I kind of introduced it to like people like that, and Steve loved it. And he was like, you know, he wanted something young and fresh from LA because he had Nipsey already. Right. So he was like, okay, let me bring you to JR. He brought me to JR. JR remade the beat that night and put Sean Kingston on it, and then ever since then, like me and JR just been going in. Nice, nice. Yeah, so what does the future hold for Mann? I mean, you know, you're focused on the music. You have you're actually with Universal now to some degree. How does that first off work? You have Beluga Heights, Universal. Beluga Heights, Mercury Island, Def Jam. Okay, how does that all work? I mean, David Massey found me in LA. Does that mean you get multiple checks? No, I mean, kind of. Because if you are, we can work something out. But continue. We can definitely work it out. But Massey brought me here to New York, and I performed for L.A. Reid, and L.A. Reid really liked me. Okay. And they signed me that night, and you know, ever since then, it's been with Beluga Heights, Island, Mercury, Def Jam, A to Z. Okay. And A to Z is Steve Lobel's production company. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, I have a big family. Okay. Yeah, very big family. So again, what does the future hold for Mann right now? I mean, where do you see yourself in the next, let's say, 5 years? 5 years. I see me being a big touring hip hop artist because I'm a performer and I really take a lot of pride in my performances. So I see me really like crossing over just to a big pop star. Established in 1991, barely finna turn 19, I be young, but I fit the game, you ain't gotta try me on hard, that's the only way that I be going, and that's what I be on, never borrow, never I be owing, but if I fall, I bounce back like Boeing. Ha, and y'all rap type boring, got me snoring, I'm fly like soaring, grind till I'm on top of the hill like Lauren, your real life foreign, cause you don't really know it. Yeah, you got an alter ego, but he ain't so heroic. You rapping these verses, you don't know who wrote it. Me, I'm an artist, but I'm closer to a poet. I'm dope and I show it. Yomp, I never stop it, I go with. Wait, hold it. Yomp. That's all right. Okay, that's what it is. Of course, thank you for sitting down with me. Anytime, anytime. All right, it's one and only Drama Queen. Thanks again to the one and only Mann here on Miss Drama TV.
Kicking it with the lingo, crispy like a prank, kicking it with the lingo, crispy like a prank, kicking it with the lingo, crispy like a prank, kicking it with the lingo, crispy like a prank, kicking it with the lingo, crispy.